Hello, it is 7/20/2020. I'm Anthony Giarrusso, and I had a very strange dream. Now, I had just recently gone back to bed, a little bit after, it was like 5:45 a.m.-ish. I'd slept earlier, but that's not the point. I fell asleep again around there, and it's now 7:30. I want to go back to bed. Very tired, but I remembered this dream, so I'm sharing it with you. So it was very odd. So it started out with me at this strange complex. It wasn't very big, smaller than most libraries. It was a very small kind of building. And inside this building, it kind of had like a loop around, almost like the bottom of a hexagon type hallway. And then inside, on the inner side part of that partial hexagon hallway, would be a big room with there's like two wooden doors, similar like you'd see like a movie theater to get in. But then once you get around the hexagon part, it's all open. So the two hallways, or the one hallway that turns into two hallways or whatever, and the whole big room just is one big open area. And it's a little strange because it seems like this thing has like a weird way of being able to bring in sunlight and fresh air and wind from outside, and you can see like it's outside, but when you're on the floor, it's like you are literally right inside of the building. Like you're inside, but you can, from the outside of the wall, for whatever reason, you can get sunlight and see the trees and the bushes and all that, and the grass and all that stuff. It's very strange. So there's all these kids, and I was being bullied by a lot of these kids. And these kids were kids that did bully me in the past, which is kind of interesting. I'm now 26 years old. I haven't thought about these kids at least since high school. And for some reason they showed up in my dream. Anyway, so they were bullying me in my dream, and I was a very young kid. First, they didn't want me to sit next to them, and then it got into more heavy stuff, and they started throwing things at me and banging me with some of their belongings, and it just wasn't very nice or helpful. But we all came because students all had to come by and listen to some event, and I don't remember what the event was. Honestly, all I remember is that I was being bullied at that time. Then, for the duration of the dream, like at least half the dream was just me as a child being bullied. And it's just very strange that it was just that. And then, all of a sudden, there's an Alex Jones character. And it's funny because it's a child, Alex Jones, but he has like the face of Alex Jones from when Alex Jones was, I don't know, maybe like 7 years ago, the kind of look, or maybe even more than 10 years ago, maybe. It was kind of like Alex Jones was an adult, but maybe about like 10 years younger kind of adult face. But it was on a child's body. It was very fat, very strange. And remember, I'd just been bullied and hit and kicked by some of the other students. But then this fat Alex Jones character comes by, and he's not wearing any shoes. And Alex Jones kicks me in the mouth, but I could tell that he wasn't really bullying me like the other students. It was almost like he only kicked me like 10% hardness. Like I knew that he could definitely kick a lot harder than that. And then he was like wrestling me for a little bit, but he wasn't like, I could feel that he had a lot of strength in him, but he wasn't using hardly even close to half of what his strength was on me. And it was almost a little bit more like a fun kind of thing, but it wasn't. It was bullying, but it wasn't like bullying like the other students. It was very strange, almost as if it was trying to help me overcome the other bullies. Okay, almost like a blessing in disguise. Anyway, somehow that same building that all those students and I were in, somehow I start growing up into like my teenage years, and I end up getting to adult life, and I end up owning this building. There's really no bullying in between my teenage years and my adult life in my dream. Okay. Which is kind of odd because my most extensively time that I was bullied happened in 10th grade. I was a teenager, so that was kind of odd in that dream. But it wasn't until I'm in this dream and I own this building, and it's like I'm a young adult, almost like I'm in my like 18, 19, 20 kind of age. I feel like I'm younger in my dream than I am as of right now. And there's these weird people in my building that I own, and I don't know why they're here. But both of them have these dogs. One of them doesn't look like a dog, though. The first one looks like a regular dog with brown fur. Kind of had like almost like a pug face, but not quite a pug. Like some other dog that was probably crossbred with a pug. It was a very ugly faced dog. Okay. And somehow it gets off its leash and it starts chasing me, and then it bites me on my right hand, right in the middle of the back of my hand, or maybe a little bit closer to the knuckle on the back of my hand. Very strange. Then the other dog, which was even bigger, but it was weird because this dog, and that's what the person, I think there were like a couple people there as well. I can't remember. I think one was a lady, one may have been a man. Can't remember the other people. Anyway, this dog, I'll put that in quotations because it doesn't look like a dog. It looked more like an anteater, but its long pointed snout opened up its mouth like a dog, or almost like a crocodile. Well, not like a crocodile, more like a dog, where I don't know, it's just very strange. Okay? It was a monster, a real monster. And it had this white, long, shaggy fur that probably, like, it would start somewhere on its body, and then it would get wide, and then it would get skinny again. It's just this fur, and it's just all over this weird looking anteater like dog monster. And then that thing starts chasing me, and the fur, I gotta emphasize on this because it's just so strange. Like, it would be almost like, what, maybe about 1.5 feet long, and all this weird shagginess, and it just looked very unpleasant. And this thing started chasing me, and I started going into all the bathrooms and closing all the bathroom doors, and it wouldn't stop chasing me. When I leave the bathroom, it would chase me again until I get to the middle of the house or what building or whatever, and then I run down the stairs, which leads directly to a other kind of thing. And before I get to it, it ends up biting me in the same exact place that the first dog bit me on my hand. And I'm like, it's terrible. And I lock myself into the this bathroom down in the basement, and somehow they were able to call the beast up the stairs, and then I'm able to get back up the stairs. The other people leave who own those monstrous dogs, and it was very strange. And then there were people here, and I forget exactly who it was who called the doctor, but a doctor comes over. And she reminded me more of a witch. I guess she was like a magical doctor. And she comes in here, and she acts like she knows nothing about dogs or nothing about being a doctor, but she knows how to heal magic, allegedly. And some basic medical stuff. So I show her my right hand that had been bitten by these evil, disgusting, low-life, degenerate scum dogs, these monsters, and it's on the back of my right hand, right in the middle. It's like starting to bubble up and turn red. It looks like it's starting to get infected with pus. It was disgusting. Have you ever seen like a pimple start to burst and ooze white stuff? Yeah, that's what happened in my dream. Okay, so anyway, so this strange witch doctor lady or whatever the heck she was looks at it and she's like, "Does it hurt?" I'm like, "Yes, it does hurt. It feels like 4 or 5 bee stings. This was a bite. And I was bitten twice in the same place, so it hurts even worse." And then, I can't remember in the dream if my hand was cured or fixed. I remember there were some other people with me. I can't remember if they were my family or if they were just random other people. I don't remember exactly what was going on. There were some other people there. I just couldn't remember who they were. But this witch doctor lady, whatever the heck she was, I think she was about to heal me, but I don't know for sure because I woke up from the dream before I was healed. And that might be a very important point of this dream, that I was not healed before I woke up. But I don't know. Maybe I was. Maybe I was healed while I was waking up and I forgot all about that part. But that's what I remember from the dream. It wasn't like a nightmare where it was scary. I was just really disgusted by the dogs because of their ugliness. But that other white furred thing that looked like a freaking monster, it was a freaking monster, okay? It was disgusting. And I would discriminate immediately if I saw someone like that in real life, and possibly in another dimension if I ever went to another dimension. But you gotta remember, those creatures, if I visited another dimension, they'd probably discriminate against me as well. So that's just how it is. Well, anyway, thanks for listening to my story and listening to my very strange dream. It's now 7:45 a.m. on 7/20/2020, and I'm Anthony Giarrusso. Have a good day. I'm going to try to go back to bed. Bye.